What up, YouTube? It's NoChainzz, and I am back for another commentary. And welcome to the Bucks offseason for the MyGm mode here in NBA 2K14. And I'm just closing out the season here. You guys saw we were dealing with constant injuries throughout the whole season. OJ Mayo went down plenty of times. Brandon Knight went down several times. Larry Sanders went down multiple times. I mean, it was just an injury-ridden year for the Milwaukee Bucks. And I just want to warn you guys, this is a very, very long video. So we finished the season at 34-48. Not that great of a record, but puts us out of the top 5 most likely. But here are the final awards for this season. LeBron James has won the MVP award. They're probably going to rename it to the LeBron Award after a while. He wins so many. But that's expected. On 2K, this guy wins almost every MVP. Like, I'm going to be honest, through the first season of any association or MyGm I've done, I've never seen a player other than LeBron win the MVP. And rarely does LeBron not win the finals, or the Heat not win the finals. But let's get back into this. Here are the all NBA teams, the all rookie teams and everything. But while you guys are looking at that, I just want to mention that this video is quite the long one. I think it's about 20 minutes if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. I was editing it earlier and I saw that, wow, this is really going to be a long video. There's going to be a lot of talking and you guys have a lot to take in because I didn't live stream it. But I'm just showing you guys the all defensive teams and everything so you guys know who's doing well defensively and everything. Just pretty much giving you some perspective on what's going on around the NBA as far as our first year in this MyGm mode. But like I said in the last video, I make a very big splash and I want to let you guys know the off season that I have. I'm not going to say whether or not it's successful even with that move, but it is a little bit unrealistic. You guys will see every move I make and everything. You guys pretty much know who I'm going to be drafting first round if he's there because we've been scouting him all year. You guys know, you've heard me mention his name a million times, but Noah Vonleh, you know that I'm a huge fan of his and I really want him on my Milwaukee Bucks, and hopefully he can develop into a solid power forward. That's one of the reasons why I believe he's a top prospect, is because of his upside. I mean, he's good now if you ask me, but he has a lot of potential. But here are our stats. You guys see leading us in points is OJ Mayo whenever he did play. Brandon Knight behind him with 14 points and only 5 assists. We want to see that number go up a little bit. Rip Hamilton came in on a 1-year deal and averaged 10 points. And Ramon Sessions, our backup point guard, averaged 11 and only 4 assists. And I'd like to see that go up a little bit. But other than that, Antetokounmpo averaged 8 points. If we don't go small forward in the free agency, he probably will be the starter, although towards the end of the year he showed me that he wasn't really ready for that, but hopefully he can get better. But here are the playoff standings, and you guys see the Clippers defeat the Miami Heat in the finals, and a lot of speculation is going on in real life. And if this MyGm had an audience, I'm sure it would be going on in the MyGm too. But there's a lot of speculation going on saying that LeBron will leave Miami if he doesn't win another ring here. So you guys know he's going to be a free agent this summer. So maybe we can make a run for him. We're going to weigh our options and you guys will see. But Chris Paul finally gets his ring. I'm happy for him, former New Orleans Hornet. I'm happy to see him get his ring. So here are the retirements. You guys see some notable names: Turkoglu, Shane Battier, Steve Nash, Derek Fisher finally, and Mike James. However, the most notable names here are Steve Nash and Derek Fisher, probably both Hall of Famers. But I was always a fan of Shane Battier and Hedo Turkoglu, but the only coach is Lawrence Frank of the Brooklyn Nets, and the only Hall of Fame inductee is Steve Nash, and that's a little bit weird if you ask me. I thought Derek Fisher should have been there, but I might be tripping. Maybe I don't know anything. But anyway, our our owner is sitting down talking to us, Clark Waller. He's going to be talking to me about what he wants from me this season or this off season. And I mean, he didn't even do this when I first came in, so I was surprised to actually see him do this. But he's going to get straight to the point. He wants to know if I can purchase a stadium facility. I think I'll go ahead and tell him that I can do that, and I will do it. I mean, I just really have to save up the VC and everything. I really didn't pay attention to like the actual GM aspect of it. Like I just played the games, to be honest, and assembled a roster, but I really didn't level up my GM or anything like that. So I'll be looking to do that definitely in the next season. So let's see what else he wants. He wants a wish, or he has a wish list for the team. So let's hear it, Clark Waller. You're always full of surprises. Let's see what you say. So he wants to bring our fan interest up to 65, and that is part of the reason I went out and made that big splash I'm talking about. And I promise you guys, I'm going to have a great draft. You guys know we have 3 picks. So with 3 draft picks and a lot of cap room, I think we'll be great because we have a lot of cap room and we have 3 draft picks. So let's see what else he said. Well, actually, I just told him I can get it up to 65, which I think I can do. And he let me set my budget there. And one thing I want to have you guys know, that I pretty much screwed us over when it came to the budget, because I made it so that I didn't have enough money to sign staff. I didn't allocate enough funds to staff. So our staff pretty much sucks outside of our head coach, Larry Drew. And my trainer is bad. My scout is bad, man. So I don't know what I could do to fix that. Anybody who knows, what can I do to fix that? Going into the next season, can I replace my scout and my trainer if I get my GM high enough? I think you have to buy the ability to do that. So all you MyGm heads, I'm a rookie when it comes to MyGm. This is the only one I've played, and you guys are going through it with me, so bear with me. But here's the lottery. The Timberwolves have the number 1 pick, and we have the 7th pick. So I know you guys are anxious to see who that will turn out to, because it is a very big possibility, or not big possibility, but there is a possibility that Noah Vonleh will not fall to us at 7. So here is the draft order for all 30 teams. So then we're going into our team and player options. Okay, Josh McRoberts accepted it. I wasn't that excited about him coming back, but, I mean, I'll give him a chance and see what he can do for us. Chris Middleton, okay, I was a little bit torn about him. I wasn't sure if I wanted to give him minutes with Antetokounmpo and Delfino, but I went ahead and accepted it because I thought he had a high ceiling at least, or he had potential and can become good. So here are the other player options. So as the speculation indicated, LeBron will decline the player option to stay in Miami. So among the big names are Carmelo Anthony declined, Dwayne Wade declined, Chris Bosh declined. So the big 3 is looking like it may break up. So let's see what happens in Miami for them. Who else declined? Darren Collison declined. Melo, I don't know if I said him already, Carmelo, but these are the big names. I'm not going to go down too far and show everybody, but these are the primary players who accepted or declined their respective options. But anyway, so we have a qualifying offer for Udo, and I decided to not bring him back to Milwaukee. We're going to try to replace him, but these are our free agents. We have 6 of them. And I'm not interested in re-signing Sessions or Hamilton. But let's see what our head coach, Larry Drew, is saying. He doesn't really trust me, honestly. I don't ever do what he tells me to do. But he's saying we need to target Andrew Wiggins. And this was an interesting decision for me because I didn't think he would fall all the way down to 7. And I wasn't interested in trading any of my players that I would have to trade to move up to probably 2, maybe even 1. We'll see. But I told him I can't do it. I told him I won't draft him because I'm not interested in moving up. You guys know I have my guy. If he's not there, I have a few backups. But Andrew Wiggins not the guy I need on my team right now. And I know this guy doesn't really like me as a GM. Larry Drew, I'm pretty sure he hates me because everything he asks me to do, he comes into my office probably like once a month asking me for something, and I always say no. But I tell him he doesn't fit our plans, and I think he's overstepping his boundaries. But anyway, we are getting set for the NBA draft. Finally,
the realization of a lifelong dream for the fans here and at home who enjoyed this past season and tonight get a glimpse of tomorrow's stars. I thank you for joining us. It's a moment of tremendous excitement as these young men prepare to join the ranks of the greatest basketball players in the world. So without further ado, let's get started. With the first pick in the NBA draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select the 19-year-old small forward from Duke University.
Alright guys, I'm sure some of you Duke fans are excited that Jabari Parker went first, but I'm getting a call from the Dallas Mavericks. I have the opportunity to move into number 2 and trade Larry Sanders, and I think Larry Sanders can be a good, solid center for me in the future, so I'm not even interested in trading him right now. I could move into 2 and get Wiggins, but I definitely want to keep Larry Sanders. He's an asset to me and my team as a GM. So I'm going to let you guys see the top few picks, the most interesting picks, and then I'll come back when it's my pick and talk about why I picked who I picked.
With the 3rd pick in the NBA draft, the Utah Jazz select the 20-year-old point guard from Oklahoma State University. With the 4th pick in the NBA draft, the Boston Celtics select Julius Randle from the University of Kentucky. In the NBA draft, the Phoenix Suns select the 19-year-old point guard from Australia. With the 6th pick in the NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Gary Harris from Michigan State University. Milwaukee Bucks select the 19-year-old power forward from Indiana University.
Of course, you guys knew it was coming. I picked Noah Vonleh with the 7th overall pick in the NBA draft, and before I can even get him a hat and a jersey, these guys are calling about his draft rights, and I, of course, will reject it because I'm very excited about playing with this guy. But anyway, we're going to finish out the top 10 so you guys can see who the top 10 draft picks were, and then we're going to jump on to our next pick, which is the 7th one in the 2nd round, and then we have a 17th or 19th, I believe. And I really don't want to pick 3 rookies that much, so I'm going to be seeing what I can do as far as moving players. But Embiid will go to the Toronto Raptors and pair it with that group of young, talented players. And the other Antetokounmpo will be drafted as the last pick in the 1st round. So the 1st round of the draft is coming to a close, so we're going to get started in the 2nd round here soon. So, like I said, my plan was to move up for 1 pick before the 7th pick by trading our 2 2nd-round picks to move up to 1 through 6. But then I get a call from the Utah Jazz. They're willing to trade me their number 1 pick in the 2nd round of this draft for Chris Middleton. And even though I accepted the option on Chris Middleton, I'm thinking since LeBron declined and Carmelo declined, there are a lot of small forwards out there I can go after. So I go ahead and send him over to Utah. Hopefully he does well. And with the 1st pick in the 2nd round, the Milwaukee Bucks will add to their talent at the 3 spot and draft Doug McDermott out of Creighton. And I really like his shooting ability. So we got some shooters now. You guys know I like to shoot a lot of threes. I like to run my game from the outside and the mid-range point. I'm not that good on going inside, but I get this offer from Portland, and I'm going to take them up on it. They're willing to take Zaza Pachulia and my other 2 picks that I just got earlier this year for the rights to Shabazz Napier. And I know a lot of you guys want to see him, so I'm like, why not? I mean, why not get all this young talent and develop them to make us a contender, in the next couple of years? So these guys all are signed. So we're about to get into the most fun part of the summer, and that is the free agency for me. So you guys are going to see who we meet up with. Look at all the cap room we have. But anyway, really fast before we get into that, I just want to talk about why I traded Zaza Pachulia. I don't think I really have to explain. His contract is absolutely ridiculous. So initially, look at all these free agents here. First of all, I mean, wow, this is the free agent class that everybody has been looking forward to since, I don't even know, so many years ago. So anyway, at first I was going to go after Carmelo, but then I thought, hey, why not talk to LeBron James, see if he wants to come to Milwaukee, gauge his interest, and see what we could do, see if we could come to an agreement. And he wanted 4 years, $88.57 million, or $57 million, and I just went ahead and raised him to a star and then added a no trade clause in him. I'm not sure, or in the contract offer, I'm not sure if that makes it more attractive or lucrative to a player. So I offered it to him. He said he'll get back to me. Basically, I'm just going to spoil the conversation here just a little bit. He basically said he'll get back to me, and let's see if he will accept it. And then I'm not done talking to free agents, though. You know, I didn't expect LeBron to come, so I was going to play defense now, if you will. You know, just assume the worst, assume that he wasn't going to come play for Milwaukee. So then I went and talked to Carmelo Anthony, and I'm like, the greatest player in the NBA right now wants almost $10 million less than you overall. And he's a year younger than you as well. Not that that matters. I mean, well, it does matter, but just 1 year, not that big of a difference. And he has playoff experience, can coach these young guys. Carmelo, to me, he's required to take a lot of shots in a game to get his numbers. LeBron James, on the other hand, could do it all. He is the best, probably one of the most hated players in the NBA. And I'm just going to walk away from this contract. I offered him something very low. I'm not going to lie. I pretty much lowballed him. Didn't want to give him that much money. So I just didn't see it working out. So we're looking at LeBron right now. We're going to see if he accepted my offer. I am the only person that offered him a contract. And then we're going to go over to see if he accepted it. And he did accept the offer. Wow. LeBron James is going to be playing for the Milwaukee Bucks. And that is why I said, honestly, the realism for this series is pretty much gone. And I'm not done signing free agents. I'm not going to sign too many more. Just one more, actually. We're talking to Mike Miller. You guys know I like to shoot threes. I like veterans. And he fits that bill. I actually believe he won Sixth Man of the Year once in his career. I might be tripping on that. Call me out if I am. But I'm pairing him and LeBron James up. You guys know they are very good friends. And quite frankly, they played very well together. They actually won a championship together. But now it's time to meet all the new members of the Milwaukee Bucks. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that little montage I did, just introducing you to the new players of the Milwaukee Bucks. And here's a final look at our roster. We definitely got better, but there's one thing I have to ask you guys about. I hope you guys are remembering all the things I'm asking you. I asked you guys so many different things today, but I really want to know why we are still ranked number 29th in the league. We didn't move up in the power rankings at all. This is a very good team, and I'm trying to figure out why we're still ranked under, top 10 at least. This is a very good team, and does it have to do with coaching staff? And one thing I want you guys to know, this is not by any means a dream team anymore. We still have a lot of young players, and then now Clark Waller is talking to us now again about his wish list for the team. So he wants to see improvement over last year. I guarantee him that that's a given, but actually it's not. And that brings me to my next point. When I'm simulating games with this team, I'm still losing. My total sim control is on default because whenever I try something, we end up losing like a lot of games in a row. So I'm like, I guess I just don't know. So is it the coaching or something? Because the roster's good. Is it the coaching that's making me lose games when I simulate? But anyway, I'm downloading a new draft class. This is the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the offseason. I hope you guys are excited to see a lot of lobs and dunks and just a lot of fun here in Milwaukee. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next episode. Later.